You like Fairfield. I trust the dusty streets, inescapable advertising, and high-strung citizenry live up to your expectations of an Auntie's Choice Company town?
Must be at least a few usable parts in here.
Uh-huh. Ah, it's warped. Just like everything else.
Give the order and I'll take care of it, Commander. Commander, watch your butt!
Must be at least a few usable parts in here. Uh-huh. Ah, it's warped. Just like everything else.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just... You guys couldn't hit the wrong side of the plane.
Must be at least a few usable parts in here. Uh-huh.
Once we arrive at the Automech facility, we'll unload and begin cataloging the state of the various Automechs.
Are you recording the drive? Cadet, I do not believe this is what the Sergeant intended by documenting the process. Here, allow me to handle it. Now where's the off switch? Boyd, we're being bombed! Disembark! Lose formation to the beach, double time! We can take shelter in the rocks! Praise the Sovereign. We made it. Halt! Everyone quiet. What's that clacking noise? Oh shit! Crabbles! Form defensive perimeter type 14A! Ah!
Who goes there?
By orders of Marshal Donaldson, no one comes or goes to the Automech Repair Center without approval. What's your business here?
Now you've done it. Slowing down a ranking protectorate official is worth 10, 20 demerits if you're lucky.
All right, let's not lose our heads over a simple misunderstanding. You're free to pass. Marshal Donaldson likes to greet new arrivals personally. We'll let him know you're inbound, so no one shoots on sight. Oh, and fair warning, watch out for xeranium gas. We sprung a leak. How observant of you. One more thing. Don't cause any trouble around these parts. Donaldson runs a tight ship and has zero tolerance for lawbreakers.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it. Outsider?
Outsider?
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
All that matters is getting these automechs to the Vox relay station.
But Marshal, we must adhere to decontamination procedures.
What in the name of the architect? Oh, right. My guards told me to expect a new arrival, right before our chief mechanist decided to harangue me with the latest on our catastrophe.
Marshal, you're acting as though I'm not standing here auguring the impending doom of this facility.
Woodrow, normally I would be obliged, nay, happy, to receive your senseless jawing, but not today. Perhaps this outsider can assist where you've failed. I hope you've come to help, because a crisis is bearing down on us, and I've a dearth of reliable hands with which to manage it. You see, Woodrow, why at this rate, we'll have the facility up and running in little to no time.
That's what scares me, Marshal.
Like you, me and my consternated head technician are new arrivals, though we may not last long if we fail to repair the Zeranium leak. Ah, that's where you're in luck. Thanks to our resident Zeranium scientist, no one needs to die, perish, or suffer any injuries, grievous or otherwise. The Vox relay station needs our automechs. But until that leak is fixed, this facility is a target for the sport of Anti's armaments. Delphinia Bryant is working on a prototype Zeranium shield. Whoever uses it will be less disposable and more useful to the Protectorate. That's the spirit. You've got gumption, nerve, and daring do. Almost reminds me of myself.
Marshal, those automechs have been corrupted with Zeranium. I can't even cogitate on what they're capable of if we lack the time or resources to approach this rationally. Should they go berserk, we may well be turning the very subject you intend to resupply into their victims. We'd be branded as traitors.
Then perhaps you had better explain to Brigadier Montelli why his defenses are grounded. And you can do so personally, in the comfort of his office.
Montelli? I rescind my objection. May the delicate workings of the paradigm point us toward a better way.
There's a good fellow. Cleave to your loyalty, and it will never steer you wrong.
Might be wise to give that large gas cloud a wide berth. Don't think there's anything to gain by getting near it.
Outer chassis sealant test number 14 is confirmed a failure. Zeranium exposure rate appears to be unaffected. Test model displayed standard overload-induced paralysis, then became atypically aggressive. Forced to terminate test model in self-defense. Apologies, I must concentrate on my work. Maybe one of the others can help you.
Oh yes, I adore interruptions. I was just saying, what's best for stoking the spark of invention? Regular disruptions to one's train of thought. Now, what is it you want? Ah, our good Marshall sent you, did he? Well, unfortunately, the device is taking longer than expected. Assist me, and you'll get more than bits out of the equation. You'll get a prototype shield gadget, the first of its kind. Now tell me, are you familiar with Zeranium gas? One and the same. That building took the brunt of the damage during a recent attack, and now it's spewing valuable Zeranium all over the place. I could speak at length about Zeranium's many captivating intrinsic qualities, but suffice it to say, in its gaseous state, it's rather deadly. So what am I endeavoring to create? A protective device that shields its wearer from Zeranium's remarkably unsavory effects, as well as other forms of harm. Quite splendidly, if I do say so myself. The principal function of the device is confirmed operational. I merely need to work out some minor implementation concerns. Alas, while I'm occupied with inventing this shield gadget, I also find myself in need of assistance regarding its key components. Bits? Is that what this is about? Assist me in bringing the device to completion, and I should have enough material to fashion an additional prototype for you. I imagine a protective field that screens all manner of environmental hazards, not to mention bullets, blades, and other injurious miscellanea, might be of use in one's travels. But if you're unmoved or apathetic for some witless, unsensical reason, I'm sure I can find a way to make it all work eventually. Now here, you'll need this apparatus. It's for collecting stray Zeranium effluvium. Gas, that is. My supply is running low from all the iterative testing I've been performing. Merely activate the device once it's inside a Zeranium cloud, the one around the main hangar specifically. Try to avoid any fields of dense Zeranium, or death is all but assured. Any questions? Normally, yes, but on the off chance that environmental exposure has altered the gas here in any way, I'll want to work with local samples. Ideally, the resulting shielding will protect against any gas, but since it's of utmost importance that it work on the gas here, I'll be calibrating against that. Well, of course, obviously. To that end, I'd suggest choosing a cloud of lesser density for your collection efforts. Lower chance of near-instant death that way. If you suffer prolonged exposure, assuming you survive, see our local medical officer next door. She is highly preoccupied by the treatment of Zeranium-related maladies. I believe that covers all the necessary education for this particular assignment. Oh, so exhilarating to have a new subordinate. I look forward to thoroughly scrutinizing your work. Now, shoo-shoo! Off with you now! Gather those samples! Shoo!
What brings you to this fine establishment?
Caught a piece of shrapnel during the attack. What about you?
Zeranium poisoning. Only a mild case, but the doctors are withholding treatment to study my symptoms.
Sovereign's mercy.
Downright privileged is how I feel. Sick with pride, nauseous with courage, and chronically fatigued with honor.
Yes. Let's have a look at you. Another humdrum workaday ailment, no doubt. Nothing requiring my vast expertise, surely. Normally, I'd say to ask the quartermaster, but he died a few weeks back. Perhaps he's been replaced since? I wouldn't know. Failing that, I imagine you could ask the technicians here. One of them might know. Don't have much to spare, but you're free.
Commander, I think this stuff is eating my lungs from the inside.
My little minion. I trust you've made progress in your tasks? I might recommend the local quartermaster. It's their job to track and distribute this facility's supplies, after all. What did I tell you? Perfectly safe. Either that or you tolerate Zeranium poisoning like a champ. Good for you. Should you suffer from any lingering symptoms of contamination. Now, on to business. The device already generates a field exactly as specified, albeit on a very small scale. Still, progress is progress. What's needed now is something to help extend and shape the field around the user. An invention that works on paper is half the... I require a component called a... You'll be pleased to learn there's one right here at the facility, in the Dragoon that's patrolling just outside. Catalytic amplifiers are a somewhat outdated technology, available only in older model Dragoons. Unfortunately for me, our chief mechanist, Woodrow, wasn't enthusiastic about my proposal to gild his only combat automech. So you may have trouble getting your hands on the catalytic amplifier. Oh, certainly. They're all in the building blocked by Zeranium gas, which is why we're making the device. However, I do recall hearing this facility was originally assigned 2 Dragoons. I'm not sure what happened to the other one, though. It was gone by the time I arrived. Dragoons are a mainstay of our military. The design has been in production for decades. I had a model of one when I was young. All children, you must have seen the large automech patrolling the interior grounds. That is the Dragoon. I'm sure he's just being cautious. Should Auntie's choice attack us, we don't want to be caught No doubt he also seeks to retain an unspoiled automech, since the others are by now riddled with Zeranium poisoning. Good. A flexible mindset should behoove you on this task. Perhaps the chief mechanist will prove more receptive to your request. Failing that, be prepared to exercise creativity if needed. One last thing, the Dragoon must not be harmed. Not only would the amplifier likely be damaged, but we'd both be summarily executed, assuming we survive the firefight that ensued. Well,
First the attack, then there's Zeranium. At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
outsider.
This unit beautifully acknowledges your presence.
Stay true, outsider.
Greetings. State your business. This unit was engineered to facilitate management of...
Oh, this is surely exciting. Someone is finally trying out my automechanical quartermaster. Show them what you...
Command not understood.
Huh. I thought that would have put it into sales mode. Best look into that later. Please, give it a try yourself.
Not in stock.
Apologies. Chief Mechanist Woodrow might have one, though you'll need to twist his arm to get it.
May this unit be of further assistance? All wares should be perfectly...
Sorry, it tends to take things too literally. Maybe try phrasing...
Lull detected. Conversational status uncomfortable. Request...
It only understands the words I've added to its databanks. You wouldn't Look, for now, just use the phrase initiate commerce. It's what
Initiating commerce.
Oh, unfamiliar clientele. I was just lamenting the lack of new faces around here. Name's Hazel. I'm sort of the acting quartermaster around these parts. You need any supplies? Talk to my friend the quartermech here. Passed during the attack. Got his face melted clean off by this weird goo. And he was one of the Excuse the mess, by the way. Auntie gave us a pummeling. The old wardens paid the price. Where their courage faltered, a little mental refreshment should do just the trick. That's what I always say. Now what'll it be? You'd think that a fully stocked auto-mechanical repair center would have automech parts, and 9 times out of 10 you'd be spot on. Trouble is, a bunch of supplies went missing recently, right around the time the quartermech completed a routine inventory. You're not implying the quartermech is somehow responsible, are you? I'd hate for the big guy to get in trouble. The quartermech is my responsibility. Claim whatever parts you require from the missing supplies, and we'll call the matter settled. Delphinia's lab would be the place to search. We use it for storage, and our records indicate the supplies were present and accounted for.
Standard Earth Directorate protocol calls for a thorough grid search of the premises, Commander. Those parts are bound to turn up somewhere.
Are you acquainted with Delphinia? She's a scientist on loan from the Vox Relay, helping with the Zeranium leak and all. Delphinia? No. Best of luck in your search. See you soon, I hope.
Outsider?
Well, any closer to obtaining the catalytic amplifier? Now that you mention it, there was one particularly insistent little mech who kept trying to put all manner of bric-a-brac in here. After several firm remonstrations, I told it the interior of this building is off limits while I am working here. Didn't see that peculiar little scamp again after that. I suppose you could try talking to some of the other personnel around here. One of them might have a lead. Ingratiating myself with others is not a particular strength of mine, but perhaps you'll have better results. Paradigm willing. Until a more...
Welcome. Glad to have you back. All right, I admit it. The quartermech still needs work, but perfection. While he's under construction, come to me for any supplies you might need. Glad to hear it. Any progress? Interesting. But what connection do you perceive between this behavior and the disappearance of the supplies? I know the supplies can't have gone far. Beyond that, I leave the investigation in your hands. Not what I'd call conclusive evidence. This facility recently caught a blow to the chin, and I don't recall if a loader bot was among... Still, there may be more to find. Let me know how it goes. I do love a good mystery.
Well, any closer to obtaining the catalytic amplifier? Until...
Time to earn my commission.
The insides are leaking outside, Commander. You quite well, Commander. Got a distraction for you. Over here.
Shifty looking individual, if you ask me. A right shifty looking individual, if you ask me.
Well, any closer to obtaining the catalytic amplifier? Oh, superb! I'm almost tempted to ask how you managed it. But pressing on, just a moment to remove what I need and install it in the prototype. With this gadget, you'll be shielded against more than Zeranium, you know. Damn near everything, as long as it's charged. Now, report to Marshal Donaldson, if you please. He's rather impatient to end this crisis so he can turn his focus back to the war. Don't thank me. Just doing my part for the sake of the paradigm, same as anyone.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have. Defend it.
Run into trouble? No. Fortunately for if you'd indulge me, I have a few questions I'd like to ask for medical posterity. And first question, can you describe the conditions in which you were exposed to the Zeranium? Accidental exposure is fairly common nowadays, what with the war on. But do try to be more aware of your surroundings going forward. All right, next question. For instance, do your bones seem noticeably softer somehow? Well, good as a toe. There, that should do it. Do stop back in if you suffer additional exposure. Oh, gladly. I'd rather What would you like to know? Total avoidance is best, but try to get out of the Zeranium. Come to think of it, There may be some our visiting scientist next door is working on a device that shields the user from Zeranium's effects, though she was having a spot of trouble last I heard. Zeranium is a crystal. Even in its raw form, it generates energy, but once refined and stored in a quasi-gaseous state, its output Zeranium is found in a liquid state as well, but its refined Zeranium is used to power nearly all major Protectorate technology. It's an amazingly efficient power source. However, it's also highly unstable and must be mined exceedingly carefully. Zeranium in its default crystalline state poses two risks. First, it's extremely volatile, exploding with an immense... Second, Zeranium crystals produce a small amount of gas, which we think helps stabilize its crystalline lattice. But that's just... In this gaseous state, Zeranium is quite hazardous, breaking down organic matter through the concentration of the gas is a critical factor. A person could remain in a light haze for several minutes, whereas a dense cloud can kill me. Anyhow, I could talk about this all day if I let myself. Hope I haven't bored you unduly.
Outsider?
First the attack, then there's a Raidwin. At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
I'm glad that spectacle didn't scare you off. Between the recent attacks and the gas leak, you find us on the... Whether or not you're able to help us, I'm grateful. Zeranium is hardly my area of expertise, but it falls to me to find a solution, lest I follow my predecessors to their untimely fate. Ha! You cut straight to the point. This facility has been through many a trial and tribulation, but the war, what it needs is stable, consistent leadership. And I can't be that if I'm dead of Zeranium poisoning. What else would disrupt the harmony of our perfect system? Zeranium wreaks havoc on automechanicals. Every combat-ready mech in the repair hangar was overcharged and beset, with further damage soon occurred. Had I the resources, I would have sent wave after wave of engineers into the facility until one of them flipped the correct... Alas, the tragedy unfolded before my time here, and resources were slim. I knew Dr. Bryant would come through for us, that she'd prove her worth as surely as any subject of the Protectorate. Seeing as you're the only one trained in the use of that gadget, make your way inside the repair hangar and find the control terminal. And be careful with that terminal. We don't want the situation getting any worse. Don't worry about Woodrow. Smart fellow, but his cautious nature. Yes, there is some risk that exposure to Zeranium will corrupt our automech. That shouldn't stop us from delivering them on time. I'm sure they'll be scrubbed clean once they arrive at the Vox. But that isn't our problem to solve. You be sure and come back once you've made progress on the lead.
Ah, you're back. And you've been cavorting with... Certainly, there is a nominal cost for treatment to cover essentials. All right, then. There. All better. Was there anything else you needed?
Armed and ready.
Triggerfinger's still tired.
First the attack, then there's a raid one. At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
What can I do for you this time? At last, the tide is shifting. Today, we fix our automechanicals. Tomorrow, we push the unprincipled interlopers of Auntie's choice into the sea. You've done us a great service, stranger, and I would see your efforts rewarded. Alas, we don't have much to offer since our supplies are so low. I hope these bits will suffice. We confiscated them from the corpses of the scouts who attempted to infiltrate this facility a few weeks back. It carries the invaders' taint, but it should spend just the same. The pleasure was mine. Now I can show our chief
No target.